Okay, dear students, today class is the relationship between a secretariat and directorates. These are the very important lesson for the Indian administration system. Secretariat directorate is the good relationship in the country. What is the importance of secretariat? What is the importance of the directorate are there in this subject? So we have to discuss about the subject of the secretariat and directorate relationship. Since India achieved independence, government of India as well as the state governments have been quite alive to the need for efficient administration. Consequently, the governments have appointed commission committees and experts from time to time to examine the structure of the administration and to suggest measures to meet the present day needs of developing economy of the country. Thus, while seeing the relationship, the administration were important of the administration activities in the country. So, we have to discuss about the while seeing the relation between the secretariat and directorate, we have to look for such relationship which improves efficiency and lead to better service delivery for the citizen, or we have to engineer the relationship to make them functional, efficient, productive, cost effective and service oriented. The Central Fee Commission 1997, PR Dubasi 86 PRC 51 to 52 in is look administrative. The reforms in retrospective pondered over this subject and discussed. Reforms in administrative organization should be Reforms in administrative organization should be in the direction of making administrative organizations more functional. We have two main types of administrative organizations, namely the secretariat and the directorate. What kind of reforms is needed in this organization? Those that could not have ex officio secretariat status and who continue to refer their proposals to government by letters as at present. Category third. The others as regards category third above, it is our intention that their proposals should also be referred to the secretariat on their own files as been recommended by category I. However, to avoid functions and to stabilize the change that we have recommended in respect of category I without took many problems, we suggested that to begin with the departments in category third should also continue the work like those in category 2 and that they should be changed that working on lines of category. As soon as the secretariat department concerned feels that the new scheme has been stabilized and that the extension of the scheme of heads of departments in category will not cause confusion and difficulties on the principles that what is good the government departments, particularly the secretariat, is strongly resistant to change, especially when the changes are somewhat drastic and invalue new procedures and new customs. It is possible, therefore, that suggestions will be made to government. The changes recommended by us may be tried in one or two departments on an experimental basis in the first instance, in our view, such as steps will be most undesirable. It is obvious that during the experiments period, those who have to relinquish their privileges or their authority or importance will work not towards making a new scheme successful but to minimize its benefits. We recommended, therefore, that the changes recommended by us should be introduced simultaneously in all the departments of government at the same time so that the officers concerned do not anchor after the return of the old order. Thus, Andhra Pradesh Administrative Reforms Commission was clearly in favor of single file system and keeping the two offices separate at the same time. It also advocated for scrutiny and finalization of a financial proposals in the directorate itself by creating a finance cell. Padi AP 1988, page number 910 in his book State Administration in India elaborated the relationship between the secretariat and the field departments has created several problems at different times. The secretariat has encroached upon the sphere of the executive departments of its feel that they are to take kept. Departmental HODs feels that they are take kept subordinate to the secretary departments. It is so because the interrelationship between the secretariat department and the executive department is that to be clearly defined. The heads of the departments also at time bypass the secretariat and get approval of the minister directly. The acceptable principles of relationship between the secretariat and the heads of the departments is given in a Totono Holmes report on reorganization of the central government 1945-46. He has pointed out that the minister representatives will the secretariat represent the brain and the heads of the departments represented the heads and hands, but it is difficult to maintain the ideal relationship during emergency and crisis in actual practice under such conditions. The secretariat dominates. Therefore, the secretariat appointment is considered prestigious and heads of department anchors after secretariat status. The Administrative Reforms Commission report on the state government administration, November 69, page 30, suggested that there should be uniform delegation of authority to the heads of departments and secondly an effort should be made by the secretariat to see that such delegations is effective at all levels. There is a third suggestions also to confer ex officio status to heads of department. There is another suggestions to resolve the conflict between the secretariat and the heads of the departments relating to their relationship. It is the combination of roles of the secretariat and the heads of the departments. The arguments in favor of its are it will be expeditious and will avoid delay. It will be strengthen the interaction between the field work and policy work. C. It will fill the psychological gaps between the HODs and the secretariat, and lastly, D, it will smoothen the relationship between the journalist and the techniques heads of departments. There is another suggestions of introducing single file system so that heads of departments and the secretary should give their opinion on the same file. Rai Haridwar written on a Bihar State Administration Padi 1998, page number 15 to 16 mentioned 128. It is pertinent, pertinent to observe at this point. Tilliard, the secretariat may be organized on two patterns, the split system and the amalgamated system. According to the former, a clear line of demarcation demarcation is drawn between the functions and responsibilities of the secretariat officers and the head of the departments. Broadly speaking, the former has to concentrate mainly upon the policy making and program formulation and act as the watchdog of the implementation of the policies and programs, and the sole responsibility for the implementation of the government policies and programs lies upon the HODs. Under the amalgamated system, amalgamated system, such demarcation of functions and responsibilities between these two sets of officers is generally obliterated. The secretariat officers are also responsible for the implementation of government policies and programs along with the heads of the departments. Avasthi Anand Prakash, while written on state administration in Madhya Pradesh, Padi 1998, page 271 to 73, pointed out the relationship between the secretariat and its field agencies is a problem in the state administration that has led to much discussion, debates, and controversy, and all the commissions and committees appointed since independence to inquire into the working of the state administration have invariably given due attention to this problem and made numerous recommendations. Broadly speaking, the role of the secretariat is to help the minister in policy formulation, while the executive agencies are in charge of implementation of these policies. In brief, the secretariats may be like tip, ties, eyes, and ears of tiles. Ministers and heads of departments as Clyler Ayandes. However, such a broad distinction is too general and vague, and it is just impossible to define where the policy making ends and execution begins in our country due to historical reasons. The Secretariat has assumed much authority, thus leaving the field agencies weak, economic, and department. Undoubtedly, efforts have been made in various states to solve this problem, and there have been suggestions in abundance, varying all the way from radical organizational overhaul to minor procedural changes. However, there has emerged more or less a consensus about the hands for a liberal delegations or powers and authority to the executive agencies. In consequences, various state governments have framed rules for such delegations. However, such delegations are often made piecemeal and with reservations, and the general approach is one of the existence and caution. So, secondly, the executive departmental heads are all the time complaining about interference from above. Example, the secretariat do not always allow their subordinate to exercise their delegated powers freely and without restraint. It has been observed that a major reason for this is the failure to define the proper role of the HOD visa. The field agencies, vice is the field of agencies. The Madhya Pradesh Administrative Reforms Commission 1970-72 went into this problem at some length and analyzed it in some depth. It has made a radical recommendations, namely that of the substitution of two parallel hierarchies of this secretariat officials of the departments by integrating the composite office on the model of the Whitehall system in Britain. In its own words, an administrative organization must provide for a specialization in the various aspects of administration. This is neglected at present. This major deficiency will have to be made good when improvement of the prevalent system is attempted. Therefore, the new arrangement will have to be such that specialist assistance in administration is available both to the secretary and the head departments in that event. Parallel hierarchies in the secretariat and under the head of the department will involve duplication of these arrangements. Combining the two offices as the advantages of avoiding such duplication, and it should be possible to entrust these specialized functions to personnel of higher caliber by concentrating the work in a single office, thereby improving the quality of performance and avoiding dispersal of scarce manpower and financial resources. A composite office will permit more specialization in the division of work than would be possible in separate offices, ensuring that every aspect of the work to be done is handled by persons chosen for their competency in that aspect, reducing the dependence on generalists. These advantages are, in our views, sufficient justification for giving of the existence parallel hierarchies and substituting for them an integrated office to look after the work of both. However, these recommendations as reminding unemployees Aurora Ramesh K. Padi 1988 page number 530 while writing on a Rajasthan state administration mentioned Thai government of Rajasthan acting on Thai recommendations of Thai Committee 1964 according to the chief engineer of all the three engineering departments PWD irrigation and PhD ex officio status of additional secretaries, likewise technical assistants to These chief engineers was made ex officio deputy secretaries. This practice was later extended to a few other departments and now a certain heads and additional joint heads of departments are given ex officio secretarial status. It may be noted that the Secretariat Reorganization Committee 1969-70 opposed the system of according ex officio secretarial status to specialists on the plea that excessive administrative burden on the specialist, which such status would compel is most likely to sap the energies and time of these experts who is concerned should basically be developments in their own specialized areas. HP Administrative Reforms Department in its report of study of certain aspects of Himachal Pradesh administration 1968 has made the following recommendations. One, on the administrative plane, Himachal Pradesh at present is a mixture of two well recognized systems, one in which a secretary is interposed between executive head of the department and the minister, and the other in which the executive head of the department himself functions as ex officio secretary to the government. The development the development commissioner is example of first category and time chief conservator of forest chief engineer multi-purpose projects and director of health who functions as ex officio secretaries to the government in their respective departments belong to this second till lately. The director of education also functioned as ex officio secretary, but the secretariat work in this field has now been separated from the executive work and assigned to judicial secretary. On merit, it is difficult to propound a rigid doctrine. However, in the present stage of administrative development in Himachal Pradesh, it is necessary to have a secretaries who are distinct from the head of departments to enable the government to get the benefit of second opinion, especially in policy and personal cases. Both the executive head and his two staff officers at the headquarters will be free to consult the two heads of the secretary, even in matters falling within the delegated secretary. However, as far as possible, such consultation should be oral in matters beyond the powers delegated to the executive head. The proposals will be formulated by the headquarters office of the executive head on its own files and refer to the staff officers. This, however, should not be construed as preventing the executive head from submitting any case direct to the secretary. What cases or classes of cases should be seen by the secretary and what decided at his staff officer level would be for the secretary to prescribe the administrative activities in the active of the secretaries of the administrative action. The importance of the delegated secretary, however, as far as the possible, such consultation should be oral in matter beyond the power delegated to the executive head. The proposals will be formulated by the headquarters office of the executives. So the secretariat is the important of the administrative activities, and also there is the important administrative activity office is the directorate. The directorate is the branch of the secretariat. In there is a departmental director. Director is the highest category or the state confirmed highest category are working as a director or commissioner category level. So in the directorate is the head of the institution. You have to supervising in the department of the directorate of their subordinates in the organization. So in the office of the directorate, one director is working as head of the institution, and one and two joint directors are working in the office of the directorates, and there is a one or two deputy directors are working in the office of the directorate, and 3 to 4 assistant directors are working in the directorates. So in the directorate there is a sections, subject wise section or the region wise sections or class wise sections are working in the directorates. According to the sections are put up the files and forwarding the files and motivating to work development in organization level. In the directorate is the as for the subject of the staff line agency model, it is a line agency. Secretariat is the staff agency. So because of the line agency, it is a relation with the people. The people has come to the directorate, they have to represent it to the director for their problems. The employees or the citizens of the states, they represented, the representation are processed in the sections to higher authorities. The process of hierarchy, according to hierarchy, they have to process and put up the files. If there is no possible to disposal of the file in the commission directorate, the file will proposal to solve the problems sent to the secretariat. The secretary will discuss the file with the minister, and it is the possible to give a order or nullify the proposal of the commissioner. So if there is non-possible, it is not the process of the order of the GORT. So GORT, if it is possible, they will issue the memo or the GORT. So it is the benefit of the applicants or the employees of that concerned directorate. So in that there is a regional directorates are working in the office of the directorates. The regional director is a subordinate of the director of the concerned department. In that RJD, they are working and supervising their subordinate office in the districts. They are supervising and process of the departmental activities to implementing the benefit of the concerned department employees or the concerned department people in the organization level. So this is the pattern of the relation of the directorate and secretariat. Secretariat, a white color employees are working in secretariat. It is a staff agency. They are making the policies, and directorate are implementing the which policies was making by the secretariat. It is implementing for the people. Directly they are to relation with the customers and direct the employees and to give the benefit through the directorates. So director is not direct to the meet the ministers. One secretary is meet the minister with supervising of the secretary. The director is working in the organization of that department. The departmental development through the director and secretary supervising all the activities in the low level district and mandal level. So because of there is a good relation between the secretariat and directorates. So because of it is the important topic for the students. So dear students, this is today's class. Thank you.